Welcome to Maths Genius. Today we will be covering an important topic in the maths portion.
Welcome to another session. We were discussing the main topics of geometry, and geometry would be considered incomplete without Pythagoras theorem. So in Pythagoras theorem what happens is that if we have a 90-degree triangle, wow, good one. Okay, so if we have a 90-degree right angle triangle, right, we also call it the right angle triangle. Often the examiner says it and doesn't make it, so you should be familiar with it. So, and in a triangle, we should know that this side is a hypotenuse, this is base, and this would be considered altitude. Okay. So, the Pythagoras theorem states that if it's a right angle triangle, so the side that is the hypotenuse lies directly in front of the 90 degrees, and it is the largest side, right? So this is the largest side as well. So it states that hypotenuse square is equals to base square plus altitude square. So this side can be calculated when we are given these two sides. For example, I am taking a general case and everyone should learn this as well, right? Like for example, hypotenuse, you have to find this is square. This is equivalent to 3 square plus 4 square. It becomes 25. Then we take a root to find the hypotenuse, and the hypotenuse becomes 5 centimeters. So now we have established that if a triangle has sides 3, 4, 5, right? So the 5 would be the hypotenuse, and the two others would be either the base or the altitude. So what this tells us? This tells us that any multiple of these would also fit the triangle values, right? For example, if I say that I am multiplying it by 2, then all of them are being multiplied by 2, and if I replace it, I write it this is 6 and this is 8, then what this value would be? Because this is 3, this is 4, and it is being multiplied by 2, so the hypotenuse would be 10. So similarly, the other type would be like 6, 8, 10. So you should know this because examiner often doesn't say directly, okay, 3, 4, 5. ये तो हलवा हो जाएगा ना. So the examiner never gives it. Examiner tries to give multiples. It can be in any form. It can be 100, it can be 50, it can be 25. But it should be a multiple, like all the three values should be multiplied by this value. That's the core concept. Okay. Now another thing that we have to discuss in this is that these are not the only ones, right? One we have identified 3, 4, 5. The other one is 5, 12, 13. Right? This is the hypotenuse. This is 5. This is 12. Right? 5, 12, and 13 are other ones, and you should try to memorize them. So the first one are what? The first ones are 3, 4, and 5. Okay? The first ones are what? 3, 4, and 5. And the other is 5, 12, and 13. So you can directly check them as well. For example, if I say 5 square plus 12 square, it should be equivalent to 13 square, right? 5 square is 25, 12 square is 144, and 13 square is 169. So is it coming or not? Just use the calculator and check it. It clearly suggests that this is another case of the triangle. Now the another one could be, if I am saying that if the one value is 8, the other is 15, what would be the hypotenuse? So how you would be finding it out? I would be saying 8 square plus 15 square is equal to x square, and 8 square is 64, this is 225, this is equal to x square, and I am taking it on the next page so that it's visible for everyone. So 64 plus 225 is equivalent to 289, and this is equal to x square. So a root of this, what would be it? Yes, going back to initial concept. You remember that, na? That we discussed that learn the squares till 28 at least, right? So this is 17. The value becomes 17. The other could be, so I am writing it down once more. The first one 3, 4, 5. Second one was, yes, 5, 12, 13. Second, third, 8, 15, 17, and one more you have to remember. Okay, if I am giving you the value of the hypotenuse and I am giving you the base, and then what would be the altitude? You can directly solve it with the formula of a Pythagoras theorem. It says that 25 square is the hypotenuse, 7 square plus x square. Now this x is representing what? This is representing altitude. So 25 square, so it would be 625 minus 49 is equals to x square. So x square is equals to, you are ending the value with a 576. So the value is the root of the answer, and that is equivalent to 24. So these are very important 4 types of figures, and the SAT's exam as well. This one, these two are readily tested, and this is seldomly tested because it has been tested in the past attempt so much. In the IBA test as well, they have made it an integral part of the examinations, so you should be familiar. And the other concept that I gave you was that any multiple of it, right? Any multiple, like multiplying by 5 all the values, right? So you should be able to find the answer. For example, if it says that this is the area, right? They are saying that this is 10 and this is 24. Now, instead of getting to this point, right, you would be saying, okay, then this is it. You would have automatically written 25. If you would have remembered without understanding the concept, you would have written, okay, 25, right? This is 24. One of the values matches. I am gonna write my answer. No, you don't have to, right? You have to be patient and look at the other value as well. This is 10. So, which one that would be? Yes, any guesses? Of course, it would be. Then if I divide it by 2, for example, I would be getting 12, and this is 5. So, now it's visible 5, 12, and instead of 25, you will be writing the correct answer, and that is 13. Sorry, 13 times 2, that is 26. Okay, first you tried and divided by 2 to identify which type of thing is that. So it is the second one, not the fourth one, not the fourth one. Okay, and after identifying it, you then multiplied it with the multiple to get the correct value. I hope that I have made it clear in this, and you should make a summary of it. I am making a summary of it at the last slide for the Pythagoras theorem. So what's the formula? The formula is hypotenuse square is equals to base square plus altitude square, right? This is a main formula. This is applicable in a right angled triangle. The first assumption that we have to make, or the first thing that we have to look for, because this won't apply even in a equilateral or any other triangle, not just it will be applicable in the right angle triangle. The other thing that we discussed, the basic types 3, 4, 5. What was the other one? Yes, you must have remembered it by now. 5, 12, 13, 7, 24, 25, and the next one was 8, 15 and 17. Right? 8, 15 and 17. And if I am writing it down once more, then I hope that everyone has writing it down once more too, because this is very very important. Any multiple, I am writing it down, any multiple will work. As we have discussed earlier, area of a triangle is equivalent to half into base into height, and you know that the hypotenuse side will not be considered in the area, right? Not considered in the area. So what would be considered? The base, the first two sides. The first two sides will be considered. I hope that I have made it clear, and I have written it separately as well so that everyone understands the concept. This is the end of the session.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and share this video, and subscribe my channel for more videos and updates.